Welcome to TestTube, a place where we can share our knowledge through short videos. Even you can contribute to us by making a small video of any problem that you face in your life and how you have solved it. The video can be as short and as simple as possible, and you upload it in your Google Drive and share that link to us through that email that is shown over in this video. This way we can build a rich library having solution to any problem that anybody could possibly face in their life, and they can find a solution over here in this comment space. And by the way, the video will be uploaded with your name on it so that you can have all the credit for this. Thank you. In this video we are going to see how do we create and test get, post, put, patch and delete requests using REST assured capability. Now let's have a look. Before we see how do we prepare and test a REST API using REST assured, let us see the same thing first, how it is done in using Postman tool. So these are the types of requests which we are seeing on how do we prepare them and run them using REST assured. Let's have a look into get users, which is using sample get method, and this is the URI, and this request doesn't have any headers or authentication. Normally if your project may have, you have to fill in these fields. And now I have run this request and this has returned the response. And before we talk anything further, REST assured is basically a set of libraries. It's a Java library in fact, which has enriched with the methods which can be used to build the APIs and test them. So this is a facility for Java to support the APIs testing, and this is going to support the only REST APIs. And even in the REST APIs there are two types of data which can be sent in two different formats, which is JSON or Excel, and REST assured is going to support both the formats. Now in this example we are going to see API testing of REST APIs which are using the JSON formatted bodies. Now let's see the same get users API and how it is run using REST assured. In our earlier video we would have seen how to add REST assured jar files to our project, or how do we add the REST assured dependency to a Maven project so that it can import all the related Java files, jar files, which will be in terms used to make this request and run them. So that is all done in the previous video. You can find the link in the description below. If you don't know what we are talking about, first you see that video and now you can see this video. So okay, this is get users, and I have this REST assured class which will give me access to the methods which will be used to run these APIs. So in any request, any API request, this is going to be a class which is that we are using to make our requests and run them. And I have created that object which is RESP type response because I have used this class, and I use this class to prepare a request, and when that request is sent it is going to return a response, and that is again an object that is a response object we have. So that's why it's going to be a response object. So using this class I have accessed the get method which will get some details from this URI, and given is a method. Before we discuss further, REST assured basically written in BDD style. BDD is nothing but for somebody who knows BDD, this is very quite common that given, the methods such as given, when, and then, these are quite familiar words, wherein given means given certain preconditions are met. When there is a condition, we do certain actions such as firing a get request over here, and then we'll validate the response. So this is the structure of this is how the BDD framework will be, and rest assured is going to be in a similar pattern. So that's where the given is brought from. And now I have access this method get, which is nothing but a get API call to call this URI. Now let me run this one, and we will see whether the response is same as what is run in Postman. So here it is 200. It has returned this message, page per page 6, total 12, total pages 2, and data. So this is run, and you can see the response is 200, and this is the response, the same as in Postman. That's how it's done. And response object is again further have access to certain methods which are converting that into a string, converting that response into a string, and we have printed that response, and accessing the method status code, which will return the status code of that request which is run, which is 200. So likewise, you can see the list of methods that response has access to. So these are all you can access the content type of the response, you can access the body of the response, you can try to get the body again, you can get the content type, which is a string type, and it returns a string type response. You can get the header, session IDs, etc. So you can all see by yourself and explore them. For now, let's just continue. So the response object has given those methods, and if you just check it here, something interesting. So this everything is having a certain meaning. This is actually representing a response object. If we check here, this has access to different set of methods which we don't see, because this is a class which is a super class of the response object, so it has access to different set of methods. Let's just have a look. So rest assured has access to delete, like we thought, get, post, put. So it has access to everything, and you don't see these over here, I mean to say over here, because this is entirely different. This is the response object, and this is the rest assured class, which is master for all the classes, which has access to those elements. So now that's what you can understand. And now let's see the other request, which is post user. Post user is going to have a body, and again a URI as usual, like it is in get request. Let me run this one. So it has returned this response, it has created some ID at certain time. Now let's see the same request, how it is built in rest assured, and run it. Now let's see. Okay, this is another get request. In fact, this has prepared in a different way. So like we see, rest assured has access to many different methods, right? So if we see this has access to base URI method, which will actually mm, store or instruct rest assure that this is the base URI which needs to be invoked when you send a request. So that's what it is going to tell. So I have built the request in a different way. Here I have stored the base URI separately, and then again I have created another object which is accessing the get method. Over here, instead of giving the entire URI, I have given the actual URI for that API. So this is get single user API, the other one is get users API. It is going to return the list of API list of users, but this is going to return only that user which we are asking. So if you notice carefully, this is the entire URI, and the URI itself has two elements in it. So one is going to be the base URI. Base URI is this one, and the rest of the part is specific to that particular API. So this is the basic structure of API, but still you can use get method this way as well. But the most preferable and a formatted way of using building a get request is this, so that you can separate the base URI from the URI that is related to that particular API. So there is no difference, it's just that I have used a different way to make this request and nothing else. So we'll run this one as well. Before we run, let's check the post user which we have just run in Postman. Okay, so like I said, everything else is same. We just have to prepare the body as we see here. So URI is already there, and you know how to do it. We have learned it in get user. So the same way, the only different is instead of calling the get method, we call the post method and give that URI. And again, you can give this as a base URI initially, and you can use only this part over here. That is also something which you can do it, but I just did it this way, so it's okay. And the other part is you have to make the body. So for that, you have to call the method body and then call the method post, so that this URI with this body is run and it will return some response. So I passed this string body parameters and I made this string over here, and you can see something interesting over here. This is the actual body, and you don't see the backslashes in Postman. So this is in JSON format, so that's why it is like this. But since you are making it as a string and passing into the body method, what you have to do is you have to suppress the meaning for the codes over here. That's why every code will be preceded by a backslash. So that's the only difference, and everything else will stay same. And I have removed this new line character also, and it doesn't make any difference. You can remove this, and you can remove the spaces as well. So it doesn't make any difference. It is still going to be the JSON formatted body. So you run this and you see this is success. So it doesn't make any harm that if you remove the new line characters or spaces, it doesn't make any difference. All it recognizes is a key and value which are enclosed with the curly braces. That's what JSON format is. So I made it this way, but to make it as a string, I have to keep backslashes before the quotations. So that's how the post request is made. Now let me run this one along with the get single user API plus the previous API. So all three. So while it is running, this is the put user. This is similar to post user. It also has an URI and the body. Okay, this is run. Total 3 tests are run now. You can see get users, post users, and get single user. You can see 201 is the code and some ID is created just now. Okay, put user again same. Operation wise it is different to post user, though in structure it looks like the post user. It also has URI and the body, but operationally what it is doing is it is just updating the record of an existing user, whereas post user will create that user. So that's the only difference, the rest is same. So now you can guess it how this is going to look like in our rest assured, and exactly it is like you guessed, it is going to be same as the post user. The only difference is you have used the method put, that's it. So exactly same as what it was, and the method is changed. I have used this base URI over here, and this is the particular URI which I am calling in for put user. Now let me run this one. This is true. So since we have given priority as 1 for this one, it should run first. Okay, here let me run this one. So put user, so it has updated the record. Okay, I have created priority for this one, but the earlier ones are not having any priority, so it is treated as priority 0. That's why those are run first in an alphabetical order. See, put user is success and it is 200 and it is updated at, whereas for post user you see the record is created at, whereas this is updated at. That's the difference you can see. Now let us see the patch user request. Patch user request is also going to be similar to put user, except the method is patch. So it's going to add this record, that's what it is going to do. This also has the URI, this also has the body, and now you can imagine it's going to be exactly same as the earlier ones, except that patch is the method that we are going to use now. So yes, so it's supposed to be exactly same how we have done it for the other APIs, but you see a difference over here. This part, this is what the difference you would have noticed when I said it is same, but you may feel like it is not same, but I'll explain you what it is exactly. So earlier we have created a body like this. There is another way which is somewhat more refined or refined, sorry, it's not refined, it's refined way or a structural way to make the body for any API, which is using JSON object. And I'll tell you why this is a preferred way. Because this is fine, this is a small request and it has small body and you are able to make it this way, but in your project you will have APIs having body of larger in size, very much larger, that is going to be very difficult if you make it this way. So that's why this is very useful in those cases. So as I said, this runs based on the JSON object. So you should have a class created which is JSON object class, so that you can create an object to that class and access those methods and create a body like this. So in order to use this class, first you should import this package. So, and in order to import this package, you should have a plugin or a jar file for JSON object. If it is a Java project, if it is a Maven project, you have to include this dependency in your pom.xml. So after you done that, now you can use this one. So I have created an object called body parameters for this class JSON object, and Using the methods put, I have inserted key and value pairs into this particular JSON object. So like I keep saying, this is an object now, which is JSON object, but our body is going to accept a string, so convert that into a string. So this is how you can prepare the body, and rest is going to be same as how we have done earlier, and this is similar to the post request which we have done. So everything else is same. I have called this patch request, I have collected the response, I have collected the status code. So let's run it now. So now in total these are all going to be some 5 tests over here. Now let's run the patch here as well. So it has updated at certain time. So now we will see, okay, all are passed. We will see patch user has failed. For some reasons. Okay, now let's run it again. Maybe I ran both of them at a time, probably. Let me run it again. In fact, it didn't fail, it has returned some other response, maybe because I ran it at the same time. Now you can see it has returned the 200 response with an updated record. Now we see all of them are success. So fine, earlier I have run both of them at the same time, that's what it has happened. Delete user, it's going to be similar to get user in structure, but the operation what it is going to do is it is going to delete the record. It won't need any body. So clicked on it, 204 is the response, and this is the delete user. So it is nothing, it has no body in it, it's just a URL and delete operation, and I printed it. So that's what it is. Before I run, let me enable this also. So this is again post user 2 using this JSON object. I have built this body. So now let me run all these tests. Okay, let it finish, then I'll run. Okay, all are success. Where is my delete request? Okay, delete response is nothing. The status code is 204. Okay, sorry, it is run already. 204 with no response, same. And patch user has again written some other response. This might be due to some temporary issues, but you have seen it, it is working fine. So that is all about how do you build get, post, put, patch and delete APIs using REST Assured. And thank you for watching this video. In our next videos we are going to see further advanced, like how we are going to parameterize the request and how do we add assertions to validate the responses, which is actually the automation part. And also we'll talk about how to build your own JSON server so that you can create your own JSON files. So instead of depending on APIs like this, you can make your own APIs and try to test them. So that is also something which we are going to see. And after that we will see a small REST API framework, how this is built. And that is all for today. Thanks for watching the video, and please send me any videos that is related to any problems solved by you. or any technical videos such as tutorials in which you are expertised with. So make some videos and upload in your Google Drive and send that link to me in that email which I have shared in my video, so that I can post it for you with your name on it. This way, we can build a community wherein we can share our knowledge with all of us in a common platform. That's my mission, and please do subscribe if you would like to see more videos from me. That will be also encouraging, and also it's going to be knowledge sharing. Thank you.